Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Erica with Aurora Heart Healing, and I am here today to talk about how to really relax and how to define who you are when there's so many different things in the world telling you who you are and what you need to do. And although it's kind of ironic that I'm sitting here doing the same, I want to pose these as questions so that you can actually find different answers within yourself. Because ultimately, that's what healing is that I'm a guide, but ultimately the person that's healing is you. So I've been running into this a lot lately, and the question of how do I relax? How do I just be? How do I rest? And that comes to pose a lot of different questions and a lot of different issues for people. Some people work well past what they're supposed to. They're mentally, physically exhausted, and therefore they're spiritually exhausted because they don't know how to turn off. There are people that are so tired that they have no motivation. And the joy from their lives has actually been depleted within themselves so that they really don't want to do anything. Some people call that lazy. Some people call it depression. I call it not understanding or not knowing where our direction is. So asking questions is one of the main ways for us to really find healing within ourselves. And what do those questions look like? They can look like, what is it that I feel happy doing? What is it that I feel happy doing? That question can be really hard. Sometimes during my sessions, I ask people to define what makes them happy, and it's blank stares. I don't know what makes me happy. I don't know what makes me feel good. I don't know how to have fun. And a lot of times people also confuse having fun with luxurious vacations and having all of these extravagant things, going to Mexico, going to Bali, doing all of these amazing things, going on retreat after retreat after retreat, but still coming back and feeling empty. So what is it that truly makes you happy? One thing that makes me happy is to sing. I absolutely love to sing. And even if my voice isn't great, or even if it was Mariah Carey great, it's what makes me happy. When I was young, I was told many different things. Oh, your voice is just off, or you sing wonderfully. If I let their opinions stop me from doing what made me happy, then I would stop singing. And there was a time that I had stopped singing because I was approached and asked, why are you singing? Oh my gosh, isn't that embarrassing? All these different things. But what it boils down to is, am I embarrassed of singing, or am I worried about someone else's thoughts about my singing? Questions again. I am not embarrassed of my singing. I actually really enjoy singing. And there's been times where I've been caught at a stoplight, rocking my head off, and I look over and the person next to me is like, yes. And they're so excited to see that because it's genuine happiness. And when you're in a genuine state of happiness, you are very relaxed. You are resting your body, your soul, because when we're in constant worry mode, what is our body doing? It is stressed. It is working hard. It is in fight or flight and survival mode, trying to figure out how to calm down. So take that moment and ask yourself what makes you happy, whether it be singing, whether it be dancing, maybe it's just sitting in silence. Have you ever done that? Sat on your couch in silence? Maybe it is zoning out on a few TV shows. But when you are zoning out on those TV shows, if you are relating or maybe possibly over relating to the TV, maybe it's something that you need to question within yourself as to why is this scene making me cry so hard? Maybe there's an emotional trigger in there for you that is a message to say, hey, you're not allowing yourself to feel these feelings. You're isolating. You haven't been really expressing this part of you. Maybe it's a vulnerable scene, because that's one thing that TV can do. They're definitely great at creating vulnerability, and they make it look so easy on the screen because the real life repercussions or perceived repercussions of that are sometimes not really portrayed on the screen. So what is it that makes us happy? What is it that brings you joy? And therefore, it will create a state of rest within you. The unrest really does come from us not allowing ourselves to laugh frivolously, have fun for no reason. It's usually, and in our culture, it's work this many hours to have this much vacation time, and this is the only time that you are able to let loose. Scheduling time to let loose is what I'm getting in that message. Is that really realistic? Because without the fruits of joy within our lives every day, can we really enjoy what we are and who we are? So defining what it is that makes us happy will really help you find that happiness. Another thing is when you look at what makes you happy. Yesterday, I went on a walk and looking up at the clouds, looking up at the sky with its brilliant golden yellows and its bright hot pinks and its deep hues of like this light red, and then this beautiful Tahitian turquoise blue that just blew my mind. Watching those in the sky made me feel so at peace with myself and at peace with the world and nature around me. So the funny thing about that is that a lot of times we think that it has to be extravagant, when in reality, joy and happiness are in the smallest of details, in the most minute of moments, if we stop and look at them. If we stop to realize, this made me happy. This made me feel joy. Joking with my husband makes me feel really happy and excited. Listening to what he has to say, whether it be dorky or corny or a mixture of the two, it makes me feel good to listen to that. So find things that make you happy, and it doesn't have to be extravagant. Looking at the smallest of details in every single moment of the day can make you feel good. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What exactly is it that you surround yourself with? Because that is a huge factor of what you do to make yourself happy. When I look at the people that I am around, at this point in my life, I'm around a lot of different healers and people that are in the process of healing. And sometimes I vent, sometimes I don't. Sometimes we just find these really exciting moments of ahas and epiphanies, and we can bounce that off of each other. In those moments, I'm very, very happy because I feel challenged to grow. The people around me are constantly challenging what it is that I think and possibly how I might be maybe flawed in the way that I think, or even how I am so proud of what I've come from to who I am today. Recently, I was talking to my husband about, we were watching a movie, and there was someone that was hitting a hanger, and I joked, I was like, oh, well, I used to get spanked with a hanger, so it reminds me of that. And he was saddened for me. And I was joking and I was making light of the situation. And then I spoke to one of my really good friends and I told her, like, oh my gosh, am I flawed for thinking that something like that is funny? Because I did suffer abuse in that way. And she said, no, it's great that you can find light of such a hard situation. And that brought me joy. That brought me a lot of deep sense of self and pride in who I was, but who I came to be. And if I hadn't have had that volleyball, that back and forth conversation, then maybe I would never have come to that self-realization and that self-discovery of I have been able to make some of the hardest situations in my life become some of the best memories of my life because I know where I came from and I know who I am today. That brings a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of serenity within my life. And if we all took a moment to think and to take pride in who we have become, we might find a little bit more joy within ourselves. And ultimately, what does joy do? It releases endorphins throughout our whole body and makes us feel happy. It re-energizes ourselves, our body, our cells. And ultimately, it raises the frequency of the world around us and ourselves. Today, I challenge you to find joy for rest, for relaxation, to renew your own body. These are the different ways that you can find joy in the smallest of moments. You don't have to schedule a whole week vacation to find rest and relaxation. You can find rest and relaxation in the smallest moments of every single day. Maybe have a smiling campaign every single day. Make yourself smile for 5 minutes. And you might feel dorky or corny or just laugh at yourself, but you have unlocked something within you, the ability to make yourself happy in that moment, the ability to laugh at yourself, because we do need to laugh sometimes at ourselves. We take ourselves so serious that we think that there's no time for rest and relaxation. Take a moment to laugh. Take a moment to take in your surroundings. Take a moment to find the message that is hidden within every single moment for you. Spirit is talking. Rest and relax. See you next time.